Hello everybody, welcome to another Arkham Horror List video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 most punishing treachery cards according to us. We all hate things for different reasons. That's one thing I learned when we were doing this list. Like, there's some cards that just suck, that you draw, but they suck for different reasons for different people. Let's dive in, talk about our number 5. Starting with Bryn, you got Crypt Chill.
Yeah, I don't like discarding my assets. It's actually shaped like a fundamental part of my deck building process where I play stupid one-costed assets that I don't actually want because they will serve the function of protecting the ones I do.
Incredible.
It actually
also,
you go.
If you're playing Pete and you draw this on turn 1, life might suck.
See you later, Duke. You just froze. That's one cold doggy. Wow.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like, Bryn, you play like assets is your jam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
sick.
Justin likes his skills.
Yep. And Travis likes his cards in hand.
I like my.
This perfectly sums us up right here. By the way, these 3 for our number 5.
Yeah.
Mine is Dreams of Rilia, which I've like never played against. But like this card sucks. Like, we talk about how good a stat increase is, and this card just decreases a stat and reduces your sanity. Is there another treachery card that decreases a stat?
Yeah, there's the snake form one that like makes your fight worse and drops your health by 1.
So the inverse of this
Brain's
card,
like by far the most important.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because in our Investigator New Player Guides video, we talk about how Guts is good because Brain is how the game fights you. And this one says, I fight you with Brain, but I'm gonna make your brain weaker and your sanity lower. Like,
yeah, Justin sees this and he has flashbacks playing Arkham 2nd Edition against Cthulhu with 2 sanity Michael McGlenn.
Oh yeah. I was gonna even say,
he's like, no.
In this game with Roland, your sanity is now 4, assuming you don't even have any trauma, which you might have trauma, right? Like,
yeah, that's tough.
It's tough, but it does hit the flavor of Cthulhu very well, especially as you were saying, Travis, from 2nd Edition. It's like
also, if you have 1 sanity and you draw this, you just die.
You're just done. You're like, okay.
Yeah, it got me good.
You like pause, does anyone have a ward of protection? No? Alright, well, I'm dead. Start shuffling the deck. It's all good.
Yeah.
Travis.
The other thing that makes this one worse than the snake form one is that they both require a brain test to discard, but this one is just like, you're shit at it now.
Yeah, that is true. Like, this one
and it's brain 3. Like, 3 is probably average, so now you're like below average, and you have to commit. You have to spend a card to get rid of this.
Yeah, and it's just like
that free threshold.
It really does, like, just punch you, and then like it hits you in the nuts, and then said, "Why did you hit yourself in the nuts, idiot?"
Yeah, no, I consider this one. This one's like hard, and I think we're going to be seeing it real soon.
Yes. Oh no. Travis, Eldritch Accord.
This makes me feel bad for having cards in hand. I like having cards in hand.
Yeah, can you imagine, Justin? Travis sits down, test Brain X. What do you mean, Brain X? That's 100.
Yeah.
Like, actually, though, like, with my Manny deck, drawing this, or the Manny deck, I just play with been like, yeah, I'll just test Brain 12 or whatever.
It is.
Got me a good game.
I do love that, though, that this is, like, us. These 3 cards. If you're wondering what our playstyles are, that's that. Let's get to number 4. So Travis has a double here, so we're going to talk. They're very similar. But, Bryn, why don't you start with Ants? When you told me your card on this list, I thought there was an audio glitch. All I heard was, Ants! And I was like, is something wrong with Bryn's microphone? What?
Man, so what I remember most about playing through the Forgotten Age is being stuck in the jungle, being killed by ants. Just over and over again.
Yeah. It also gets rid of cards from your play area, which we have learned that you don't like.
Yeah, it makes you discard cards in play. I don't like doing that.
No.
I play dumb cards to protect my cards. I can't discard my dumb card. Then I won't have a card to protect my good card.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're also like, why are these ants doing this to me? And it's for each point you fail by, too. And Bryn normally is the dude with the assets whose foot is sometimes lower than that. I get it.
Yeah, it's this card is not a fun time.
Especially just
for
like
me.
you just see the name ants and you think, what's the worst this is going to do to me? Oh, it does quite a bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
the answer is like crippling.
Forecast how fast these ants run.
They're very fast. My number 4 is Fate of All Fools. This is a card that the first time you draw it, you're like, that sucks, but it's now Bryn's problem. And then much later, it's really Bryn's problem, and the next one kills him, so we have to start putting Doom into play.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think it's a very fair punishment.
Oh no, if Bryn dies, then you get a free one.
That is true. I think it's very fair punishing, but there has been enough times where we have just like hand waved the first one, and then it's gotten out of hand, and we've been punished for that. And it also is to the point that now we talk about cards, Alter Fate, I think it's called, the red card, that can like get rid of these. So if we start talking about how we can want to get rid of these Fate of All Fools, and that might be a reason that that might be evidence that the card isn't that nice to us when we play. And I'm just tired of killing Bryn with it. But I know Travis would never.
This is really good design.
Oh yeah, Travis would never would never look at me the same if I gave it to him. So I never could.
Yeah.
All right, Travis. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Psychopomp Song and its mirrored version, Death Approaches. I got both fancy. Yeah, these ones I've killed Bryn with these.
Oh yeah. I almost put these on my list because I was like, this is a treachery card that I have died to.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's like, it's like 2 extra damage, 2 extra horror, and you like it's not even your card.
Yeah, it's not even your card. You draw another one after.
You can't even ask people like, hey, are you okay with potentially taking 3 damage next time you take a damage? And they're like, because they're perils. You just like, here you go, bud.
Yeah. This is yours now.
And like, yeah, sure, you could just like suck up and give it to yourself, but why would I do that?
Yep.
I don't play assets or like investigators that can take damage. Yeah, they're tough. They're
tough.
scary
They're
cards.
tough.
Like they're very aptly named too. This like Pomp Song Death Approaches. You play these and like you get nervous.
I love the art of Psychopomp Song because it's a cute little bird, and then you look at the card and you're like, oh fuck, what's this bird doing to me?
Just like crying on the ground.
You're like, what's this bird doing to me? Please stop. All right, number 3, Bryn.
Just imagine you're having a mental breakdown and you're like crying on the ground. The force, some bird just comes and sits on your head. It's like.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. That is definitely like, I'll take 2 additional damage, please.
Just do it.
All right, Bryn, Realm of Torment.
Yeah, so for any of you who've played through the Circle Undone, you know exactly how aptly named the Realm of Torment is. It's like this sits on you, and there's like all kinds of stupid effects that happen to you at the beginning of every turn, and you can't pass a brain test ever because fuck, why would you be able to?
Why you pick the best character who has more than 1 in that stat?
And then somebody kills a monster and it adds a new effect to your location, but the previous one stopped you from leaving, and
yeah, you get caught in these Realm of Torments a lot.
Yeah, and then you draw that one treachery. It's like, oh, -1 to the first skill test you make every turn. You're just like,
yeah, you can even have 2 of them.
Yep. Wow. I'm honestly glad I've never had to live in that realm, but thank you, Bryn, for taking that bullet for all of us.
I love how we're going through these and we're just like, man, Circle Undone really sucks to be Bryn, eh? Give him the Fate of All Fools, give him the Psychopomp Song, Death Approaches, Realm of Torment.
Yep. So my number 3 is a double. They kind of like a very similar design space, and we're going to get a peek on Travis's card here, so just put your hand over Travis's card so you don't get spoiled for his 2 that are over here. But both Poisonous Spores and the Pit Below, they have a very simple design where they go on your location, and then at the end of the round, they either collapse or explode, and anyone still in that location gets punished. These can like really just like, they're easy to get around, but sometimes A, they aren't, and B, sometimes it's you needed to be on that location to do what you needed to do. So now you're like just thrown out of your plan. You have to go do something else, but the thing you're not doing is helpful. So you're
It's
essentially
like the thing you need to do.
Yeah, you're like essentially like missing a turn or like taking a suboptimal turn, which feels like missing a turn in this game. And you get poisoned and then Yig laughs at you. Or you fall into a pit and the shroud is higher. It's like, what the heck's going on? And it doesn't even hurt the enemies. You think a fucking old man in the catacombs would collapse and fall into a pit if it opened up, but it only targets me. What's that about? God damn. I hate that old man.
Yeah.
Old man, there's more than one of them.
It's true. Why is he so good at avoiding the pits? And why would I fall into that pit? It's so tiny. Anyway, Travis, what's your number 3?
It's a cursed swamp and ripples beneath the surface. On the surface, whatever. This one was like originally gonna be grasping hands and rotting remains, and I saw these and I'm like, oh, they're just like slightly more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that you probably didn't know existed, Bryn. But yeah, these ones are like one of the few treacheries. Like I notice on a lot of future ones, they have the rider where they're like to a maximum of whatever, but these ones will just chunk you.
Yeah.
You sit there, you just draw the red sheet, and you're like, good, 3 damage, I'm dead. You did it. Got me good.
And I mean, in that scenario, you're on bayous a lot.
Yeah.
So,
No, like I said, they are grasping hands and rotting remains, just like
yeah, these are
sometimes they're more difficult.
Yeah, the harder version. I think, yeah, grasping hands and rotting remains are both pretty punishing cards. They can really hurt you. Yeah.
There aren't many treacheries that'll just like chunk you for 3 because you drew a -5 or the red shit, or even like a -3 will do it to you a lot of the time. But like these ones they're scary.
And then sometimes that'll just kill you, and then you're like, well, thanks. All right, let's go.
Yeah, one of my least favorite feelings of the game is drawing one of those, and then drawing the auto fail, and you're like, okay.
All right, let's get to number 2. Bryn, Lost in the Wilds.
So this card basically just says like test brain 3. If you fail, you can't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool. Why am I even here then? Like, there's no like, yeah.
And you get to take brain damage, baby.
Yeah, and you take damage for the privilege.
Yeah. I'm not saying much. Mum's the word right now, but I'll be talking about this card soon.
Yeah. At least it discards itself for free.
Yes, that is nice. My number 2 is the stupid baby. I hate this baby.
Stupid baby.
He's not stupid. Look how good he can draw.
This baby grows up into big butt baby, so that's why I don't like him.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I always thought this card was like, it sucks, but it was pretty soft. I was like, this game's okay. But then in our draft deck video, which we have currently live, I think actually the episode where this really fucked us just went live on Sunday. And it really got us. Like, you reveal this, like, when you have flipped an act, or you have you flip the agenda, and you have to put it on a clean thing where progress is 0. That can be really rough. And then you can draw a second one. And then you just die when you take horror. Like, it's crazy. And the art is just this baby. Why is this baby so mean?
Man, imagine going to a nursery and there's like some normal babies drawing the yellow sign on the wall, but then like there's other babies who are like drawing but poorly, but they're also like half morphed into big butt baby.
Oh my god, Travis. Don't. I want to sleep tonight. But yeah, for a long time this card was really soft, but now like this baby is like here. Like the first time we played it, I didn't care about this baby. Second time, I'm now worried about this baby. Travis, you're number 2.
This is Snakebite. I don't like characters that are good at foot tests. Dealing 5 damage to an ally asset you control, sometimes you don't have an ally, and instead you just get poisoned, and then you don't have enough medicine, and then you just lose.
Yeah, and Yig laughs at you.
That's not fun.
Not fun.
Why would you do that to me?
It is like pretty, like it's basically Crypt Chill, or you're poisoned.
Yeah, no, like, you go back, you watch our last Forgotten Age playthrough, and, like, everyone except for the first one, really, and every scenario this is in, we, like, are constantly playing around it.
Yep. I actually think our latest...
You gotta have a card that had to pass the test, you gotta have an ally to eat the damage for you.
Are you excited for the harder version of this when we get the return to?
I don't believe that they could.
Oh, they will. They'll find a way.
It'll do both.
Deal 5 damage to an ally asset you control, or take 1 direct damage if you're not poisoned. Or if you fail by at least 2, you take 5 direct damage and get poisoned.
Oh my god. Don't give Yig any ideas, even though it's already like shipping. Let's get to number 1s. Bryn. So
It's the thing.
yeah, Ancient Evils I think is like, I guess you could, it's like the 0.
It's
Travis,
the overzealous.
Yeah. It's like there as like, it should be on all of our lists, but we did put it on one of ours. Bryn sat on that. But I think it's fair because my number 1 is his number 2, so, and like vice versa, right?
Yeah,
so,
this one just says like you lose a turn.
Yep.
That's it. No test, no nothing. You lose a turn.
This is the reason that we tech so heavily for avoiding treacheries. The majority we can handle. This one, no thank you. Always. If it's in your hand, a way to stop this, you fire it off.
Yeah, like you draw, someone at the table draws this and you have level 2 war protection, you don't even think about it. You're just like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It doesn't matter what else is available in the scenario. Like, someone draws this, you're like, unless something is actually gonna kill one of your teammates, it can't be worse than this.
Yeah, exactly. My number 1 is Lost in the Wilds. This card sucks. Like, Bryn's right. You fail, you take damage, and now you can't move or explore. So you do nothing. And like as I was saying with the holes, if there's turns where your plan was to move and you just now can't do anything, that sucks. Like
this one's fun if you get to find it in the same turn as a poisonous spores.
Yeah, that happens. That does happen.
Yeah, it can happen.
And then you're just watching the big mushroom grow, and you're like, maybe I should walk away from the big mushroom. And then and you're like, God dang, I didn't walk away from the big mushroom in time. This kind of also fits in, Travis, with the Bayou cards that you had, right? Like, it's the same thing. It's a...
to be honest, when I read this, I forgot it had the brain damage thing. I might have put it on my list instead of those ones, but...
Nah, Brennan, we got you covered, but...
Yeah, clearly.
We got you.
It's a mean card from a mean campaign in stupid scenarios. So, Lost in the Wilds is just... Because it's only in the decks that have the Explore decks, and those ones aren't that fun.
I'm glad you come around to my point of view for that campaign, Justin.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Bad card, stupid scenarios, forgotten made, trash.
I will say that
the
good scenarios are still some of the highlights. Depths of Yoth and the City of Archives are still some of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
But the bad are just off. All right, Travis, what's your number 1?
It's Whispered Bargain. This one only shows up in 1, and it's the ultimate scenario of the Circle Undone, where you fight Azathoth. It's peril, so your friends can't help you. And Azathoth has this like little clammy hand of 2 thumbs come out, and he's like, "You want the coin?" And either you say yes, and then like everything's harder forever, or he slaps you, and he's like, "Next time you take the coin."
So,
and eventually you have to take the coin because you can't take like 6 damage or whatever.
Yeah, it is 6. It's 3 meat, 3 brain.
Yeah, like you don't want the coin, but like, man, you also don't want to die.
Yeah. It's mean, and I mean, I just love this. Would you like my coin?
You're like, no, and
it's and like
everything about this card sucks. Your friends can't order protection.
I actually also do think that that scenario is the only one that we've never like won in any of our playthroughs.
Yeah, it checks out.
Because he's hard. I mean, I think they designed Azathoth wonderfully, right? But it's a hard scenario, and this card does not pull any punches. It slaps you right in the fucking face for not taking the coin.
To be fair, I think we've only played it 2 or 3 times, but...
Yeah, but it's tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because this 2-thumbed hand comes out. Oh, God, it's gross.
Because he's got that coin, and you're like, I can't even buy anything with this.
Then slap for you. All right, well, those are our top 5 most punishing treachery cards. This was a fun video to record. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any recommendations for future list videos, let me know. I have a big list that we're drawing on, and you guys keep throwing out suggestions, which is awesome. We really appreciate it. So thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. See you soon. Bye.